Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Hope everybody's feeling. Whoop, hold on. That's kind of scary. Let's see if we can't make this a little nicer. There we go. Huh? Nice. Good morning, world, and hope you're feeling well. I'm Johnny Millwater. I'm healthy, happy, rich, and pretty. I'm feeling good today. I hope you're feeling good too. Got a great show lined up for you. A lot of fun songs. You might have noticed there's a title change here to our show. I can't drink coffee anymore. I've been having really, really bad stomach pain, so I've had to switch over to Earl Grey tea, like my hero, Captain Picard. Not as good as coffee, but it's doing my best. So now it's called Johnny Millwater Live, because it's me, and I'm live. And as always, you can type into the chat over there to the side, and anything you say, I'll see, and I'll talk to you. Hope you're doing great. Let's start with the vocal warm-ups. One hen, two ducks. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoises. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoises, five limerick oysters. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoises, five limerick oysters, six pairs of Don Alfonso's tweezers, 7,000 Macedonian warriors in full battle array. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoises, five limerick oysters, six pairs of Don Alfonso's tweezers, 7,000 Macedonian warriors in full battle array, eight brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt, nine apathetic, diabetic, sympathetic old men on roller skates with a marked propensity for procrastination and sloth. Red leather, yellow leather, 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 red leather, yellow leather. Toy boat, 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 toy boat. The black bug bled black blood. 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 Unique New York, 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 unique New York. Oh, what is to do today, at a minute or two to two, a thing distinctly hard to say, but harder still to do. For they'll beat a tattoo at 20 to 2, a rat-a-tat-tat, a tat-a-tattoo, and the dragon will come when he hears the drum, at a minute or two to two today, at a minute or two to two. All right, I feel warmed up. Let's do a couple of these. Trying to find that transition point. All right, I am warmed up and ready. Let's go. Let's just check out the chat chalet so people knows how it works. Hello, world. This is the chat chalet. It's just me and my dog and my coffee and my microphone. It's all I need. So anything you type will show up right there on the screen. So I'm going to do a quick test type, as I always do, just to make sure everything's working the way it's supposed to. All right. Here you go. Hi. That shows up there, and through the miracle of technology, it's on the big screen. So that's how it works, folks. Anything you say, type it in this. About 10 seconds later, it's going to show up, and I'll talk to you about it. I'd love to talk to you. But since there's only one person watching right now, and thanks for being there, I would like to spin the wheel. This is how it works. If I got nobody to talk to, I spin the wheel. And the wheel is just a wheel of entertaining things I can do. Read poems, sing songs, recite Shakespeare, do acting monologues, Zen koans, things like that. As a matter of fact, let's take it for a test drive right now. Here we go, big wheel. Go, 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 go. Starting with feelings. Wow, that is a rare treat. All right. You know what? There's nobody in the room, so I'm going to skip it. I have that option, you see. Pretty cool. I run the whole thing. Ask me anything. Also no good with no people. All right, come on. Joke, song, poem, koan, riddle. Give me something. Limericks. Excellent. I'm going to go on down to the Poetry Pagoda and recite a couple of my favorite limericks. Let's see. I'm trying to find specifically my favorite one, which has fleas and with the flu. But I got to remember, where is that? Well, here, we'll just use this one then. A painter who lived in Great Britain interrupted two girls with their knitting. He said with a sigh, "That park bench, well, I just painted it right where you're sitting." They got paint on him. There was a young schoolboy named Mason, whose mom cuts his hair in a basin. When he stands in one place, with a scarf round his face, it's a mystery which way he's facing. It's a bad haircut. One more? Okay. There was a young schoolboy of rye, who was baked by mistake in a pie. To his mother's disgust, he emerged through the crust and exclaimed with a yawn, "Where am I?" That's a weird story. Hooray for limericks. Let's spin the wheel some more. Oh, I forgot to hit the button. Gotta spin the wheel. Uh-oh. Give me the business. There you go. Come on, wheel. Help me out. I look rather foolish with no wheel. There it is. Wow. Weird wheel today. Okay. Hey, we deal with what we got. Wonder if it's going to stop. Wonder if it stopped already. What is happening? Wisdom? No, still not wisdom? All right. We're having internet problems. So I'm just going to call it and say wisdom. Why not? Here's something from Proverbs, and this is particularly true of stand-up comedians. I want to talk about that for a second. In Proverbs it says, "A prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims folly." And that's very true. I think the biggest mistake I made in my career, when I was starting out, I was trying to convince everybody how good I was, instead of how good I want to be, how hard I want to work, how much I want to learn, how much I love comedy. It was all about how good I am. You should book me. I'm really good. And that's no way to be. Really smart, always trying to display all I knew about comedy. And every time I open my big mouth, I just push people further away. So a prudent man keeps his mouth shut. That is very true. Let's spin the wheel. There it goes. There it goes. Uh-oh. Don't give me the business wheel. Limericks again. Wow. All right, then. The wheel is wonky today. The Incredible Wizard of Oz retired from his business because, due to up-to-date science to most of his clients, he wasn't the wizard he was. Nice. Once I visited France, and I learned a new awesome dance. I twirled and I swirled. Oh, two of them got run together. Sorry about that. Is it me or the nature of money that's odd and particularly funny? But when I have dough, it goes quickly, and seeps out of my pockets like honey. Who keeps honey in their pockets? That's too far for a rhyme. One more. A man and his ladylove Min skated out where the ice was quite thin. Had a quarrel, no doubt, for I hear they fell out. What a blessing they didn't fall in. All right, let's spin the wheel. A prudent man keeps his mouth shut. How true that is. How you doing, Kennedy? Did you win your thing? I'm happy to see you, buddy. Hold on, let me go back to the chat. Ears open, mouth shut. That's the best advice I ever received, and I received it far too late. You are absolutely right, Kennedy. I'm glad you're here, man. I wanted to find out if you won your seat. I wanted to find out why you were running under the name Kenny. Kennedy is such a fantastic name. I'm truly curious why you chose to go with Kennedy rather than Kennedy. I believe you're running as a Democrat, and most Democrats like Kennedy. I like Kennedy. I'm just curious. How you doing, buddy? You all right? Haven't seen you in a while. Haven't seen you since a few shows back, Well, let's spin the wheel. A prudent man is keeping his mouth shut, even as we speak. Monologue. All right, let's go on down to the stage. I would like to perform a brief monologue from The Dictator by Charlie Chaplin. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. It's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone, if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help each other. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there is room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned man's minds, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and we feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those that can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate. Only the unloved hate the unloved and the unnatural. Don't fight for slavery. Fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke, it is written, the kingdom of God is within man. Not one man or a group of men, but in all men. In you, the people, have the power to create machines. The power to create happiness. You, the people, to have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then, in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite. That's Charlie Chaplin. He didn't talk much, but when he did, he sure said something, boy. All right, let's go on back and spin the wheel. Man, that's a good speech. Been watching Veep this week, so I've been thinking politics. Wow, I'm not doing limericks again. 3 limericks in one show. Come on, man. Excellent. Love them. Let's do it. Poetry Pagoda. This is A November Night by Sarah Teasdale. There, see the line of lights, a chain of stars, either side of the street. Why can't you lift the chain and give it to me? A necklace for my throat. I'd twist it round and you could play with it. You smile at me as though I were a dreamy child, behind whose eyes the fairies live. And see, the people on the street look up at us, all envious. We are a king and queen. Our royal carriage is a motor bus. We watch our subjects with a haughty joy. How still you are. Have you been hard at work, and are you tired tonight? It is so long since I have seen you, 4 whole days. I think. My heart is crowded full of foolish thoughts like early flowers in an April meadow, and I must give them to you, all of them, before they go. The people I have met, the play I saw, the trivial shifting things that loom too big or shrink too small, shadows that hurry, gesturing along a wall, haunting or gay, and yet they all grow real and take their proper size here in my heart. When you have seen them, there's the plaza now, a lake of light tonight. It almost seems that all the lights are gathered in their eyes, drawn somehow toward you. See the open park lying below us, with a million lamps scattered in wise disorder like the stars. We look down on them as God must look down on constellations floating under him, tangled in the clouds. Come then, let us walk since we have reached the park. All black and blossomless this winter night, but we bring April with us, you and I. We set the whole world on a trail of spring. I think that every path we ever took has marked our footprints in mysterious fire, delicate gold that only fairies see. When they wake up at dawn in hollow tree trunks and come out on the drowsy park, they look along the empty paths and say, oh, here they went, and here, and here, and here. Come, see, here is their bench. Take hands and let us dance around it in a windy ring and make a circle round it only they can cross when they come back again. Look at the lake. Do you remember how we watched the swans that night late October while they slept? Swans must have stately dreams, I think. But now the lake bears only thin reflected lights that shake a little. How I long to take one from the long black water, new made gold to give you in your hand. And see, and see, and see, there's a star deep in the lake, a star. Oh, dimmer than a pearl. If you stoop down, your hand could almost reach it up to me. There was a new, frail, yellow moon tonight. I wish you could have had it for a cup, with stars like dew to fill it to the brim. How cold it is. Even the lights are cold. They have shawls of fog around them, see? What if the air should grow so dimly white that we would lose our way among the paths made new by walls of moving mist, receding the more we follow? What a silver night! That was our bench! You said to me the new, long poem, but how different now, how eerie, with the curtain of fog making it all strange. Carve themselves, ever changing in the mist. Walk on a little. Let me stand here to watch you too, grown strange to me and far. I used to wonder how the park would be if one night we could have it all alone. No lovers with close arm-encircled waists to whisper and break in our dreams. And now we have it. Every wish comes true. We are alone now in a fleecy world. Even the stars have gone. We two alone. Love it. Let's spin the wheel. Monologue. All right, let's try it. Do you realize that as I'm standing here, the earth is spinning on its axis 1,000 miles an hour? Like if I was God spinning a basketball, 1,000 miles an hour. While it's doing that, the earth is going in orbit around the sun. At guess what rate of speed? 66,000 miles per hour. 1,000 miles an hour, 66,000 miles per hour. And on top of that, the whole solar system is going through the Milky Way galaxy at guess what rate of speed? 400,000 miles an hour. All right? 400,000 miles, 66,000 miles, 1,000 miles an hour. And to top all that off, as it's happening, the whole Milky Way galaxy is tearing through the universe at guess what rate of speed? 2.2 million miles an hour. And that, officer, is why I failed to walk a straight line as you requested a few moments ago. That's from Louder Milk, a wonderful television series. I believe that was written. It was written by, oh man, I got to give credit. Hold on. Who wrote that thing? It's Farrelly, Bobby Farrelly, I believe, or Peter Farrelly. If either of them is watching, my apologies for not knowing you apart. All right, let's spin the wheel. If anybody's out there, type in the chat. I'd be happy to talk to you. All right, here we go. Man, we're just going to do another poem. This is Love and Friendship by Emily Bronte. Love is like a wild rose briar, friendship like the holly tree. The holly is dark when the rose briar blooms, but which will bloom most constantly? The wild rose briar is sweet in spring, its summer blossoms scent the air. Yet wait till winter comes again, and who will the wild briar fare? Then scorn the silly rose wreath now, and deck thee with holly's sheen, that when December blights thy brow, he may still leave thy garland green. This is Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black is the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the burgeonings of chance my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond the place of tears, of wrath and tears, looms but the horror of the shade. And yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Lovely. Let's spin the wheel. All right, another poem. Why not? Let's do A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe. Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow, you are not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet if hope is flown away in a night or in a day, a vision or in none, is it, therefore, the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few! Yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep while I weep. While I weep. Oh God, can I not grasp them with a tighter grasp? Oh God, can I not save one from the pitiless wave? In all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream? Shakespeare. Let's go on down to the Shakespeare stage. Well, we've been making our way through the sonnets. We are now all the way up to sonnet number 102. This is Sonnet 102 by William Shakespeare. My love is strengthened, though more weak in seeming. I love not less, though less the show appear. The love is merchandised, whose rich esteeming the owner's tongue doth publish everywhere. Our love was new, and then, but in the spring, when I was wont to greet it with my lays, as Philomel in summer's front doth sing, and stops her pipe in growth of riper days. Not that the summer is less pleasant now than when her mournful hymns did hush the night, but that wild music burthens every bough, and sweets grow common, lose their delight. Therefore, like her, I sometime hold my tongue, because I would not dull you with my song. Yay! Next up, 103. All right, let's go on back. Spin the wheel. I'm not doing it. I am not doing a limerick. We've had too many limericks. Monologue. Let's head on down to the theater. This is a monologue from... Nope, did that one. This is You Can't Handle the Truth from A Few Good Men, written by Aaron Sorkin. Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's going to do it? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You weep for Santiago, and you curse the Marines. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives. And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as the backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom I provide and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you're entitled to. Yeah, that's fun. Aaron Sorkin's a great writer. That was fun. I got to do some more Sorkin stuff. Maybe I'll pick a couple monologues from West Wing. That's some good stuff. All right, let's spin the wheel. Wisdom. Let's head on down and lay down some wisdom from on high. Here's a teaching from the Talmud. A person's true character is ascertained by three behaviors. His cup, i.e. his behavior when he drinks, his pocket, and his anger. Those three things define you. Your cup, your pocket, and your anger. The sober folks, two things define you. Nice. Here's another one from the Talmud. Do not say something that should never be heard, because ultimately it will be heard. There are no secrets in the world, especially nowadays. And here's a little something from the Quran. And mankind have not been given of knowledge except a little. Very, very true. That's kind of like what Socrates said. The most wise thing you can know is that you know nothing. Very, very little. And let's find something from the Buddhists. Ignore those that make you fearful and sad, that degrade you back towards disease and death. That's Rumi. Ignore those who would make you sick. Just shut it out. Here's one more. This one's romantic. Lovers don't finally meet somewhere. They're in each other all along. That's from Rumi as well. All right, let's spin the wheel. ASMR for the folks at home. Shakespeare. Go back to the old Shakespeare stage. I seem to have dropped my thing. Hold on. There we go. Let's do, is this a date now? Yeah. Yet here, Leontes, aboard for shame. The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you're stayed for. My blessing with thee, and these few precepts in my memory look thy character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Those friends thou hast in their adoption tried, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel, but do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each new-hatched, unfledged comrade. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but, being in, bear it that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, and few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy. Rich, not gaudy, for the apparel oft proclaims the man, and they in France of the best rank and station are of a most select and generous chief in that. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow, is the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, my blessing season this in thee. That's a great speech before Laertes went off to college in France. His dad told him how to live. My dad gave me advice before I went to college. I remember. I said, what do you want to say, Dad? I'm about to go to college. He said, never pay interest. That was the whole speech, but it's a good speech. Never pay interest. Well, let's spin the wheel. And remember, if there's anybody watching, type in the chat. I'll be able to see you. Poem! Let's go down to the potion. Good. Let's see. This is Do Not Stand at My Grave and Weep by Mary Elizabeth Fry. Do not stand at my grave. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am in 1,000 winds that blow. I am in the softly falling snow. I am the gentle showers of rain. I am the fields of ripening grain. I am in the morning hush, in the graceful rush of beautiful birds in circling flight. I am the starshine of the night. I am in the flowers that bloom. I am in a quiet room. I am the birds that sing. I am in each lovely thing. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I do not die. Lovely. Just in case anybody's watching, this is how it works. Don't forget, you type into the chat, I talk to you. I only spin the wheel when I got nobody in the chat. So if anybody wants to talk, now's your chance. Let's spin the wheel. Song, finally. I haven't sung a song yet. Let's go and do the campfire. I have one viewer right now, so this one's for you. Now I'd like to sing, this is a song, it's my wedding song. It's the only love song written by my favorite musician, Ben Folds. and I sincerely hope you enjoy it. See if I can find my lyrics just in case. And there we go. I don't get many things right the first time. In fact, I am told that a lot. Now I know all the wrong turns, the stumbles and falls brought me here. And where was I before the day that I first saw your lovely face? Now I see it every day. And I know that I am the luckiest. What if I'd been born 50 years before you in a house on a street where you lived? Maybe I'd be outside as you passed on your bike, would I know? And in a white sea of eyes, I see one pair that I recognize, and I know that I am the luckiest. I love you more than I have ever found a way to say to you. Next door, there's an old man who lived to his 90s, then one day passed away in his sleep. And his wife, well, she stayed for a couple of days, then passed away. I'm sorry, I know that's a strange way to tell you that I know we belong, that I know that I am the luckiest. I really am. Ben Folds, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite musician, singer-songwriter. Ben Folds, The Luckiest, his only love song. Beautiful. All right, let's spin the wheel, I guess. Earl Grey. Sounds like a guy that would fix your car. All right, let us go to the wisdom. Yesterday, I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today, I am wise, so I am changing myself. For what you seek is seeking you. Here's one. The unawakened mind tends to make war against the way things are. To follow the path with heart, we must understand the whole process of making war within ourselves and without, how it begins and how it ends. War's roots are in ignorance. Without understanding, we can easily become frightened by its fleeting changes, the inevitable losses, disappointments, the insecurity of our aging and death. Misunderstanding leads us to fight against life, running from pain or grasping at security and pleasures that by their nature can never be satisfying. That's Jack Kornfield, my favorite Buddhist scholar. All right, let's spin the wheel. Shakespeare! Let us go down to the Shakespeare stage. Let's do Man, I don't have enough Shakespeare on here. I got to be honest with you. I love all these, but it's the same 7 or 8 speeches. All right, let's do Lady Macbeth's speech. The raven himself is hoarse that creaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from the crown to the toe of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shall my fell purpose shake, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breast and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers. Wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep to the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold! Almost got it. Spin the wheel. Yay, a joke. I just heard one. Hold on. Let's go to that. I've been watching a show called The Patient this week. I believe it's called The Patient. It stars Steve Carell as a psychiatrist who has been captured by a crazy guy and is keeping him in his basement. At one point, before he thinks he's going to die, he tells a quick joke, and this is the joke he told. Let's see, a Frenchman, a Britishman, and a Jew have been captured and are sentenced to death. But the folks who captured him said, you can choose your own method of death. The Frenchman, he chooses a guillotine. So they build up a guillotine, chop off his head. The Briton, he says he wants his firing squad. So they get a bunch of guns and they shoot him. They go to the Jew and say, how do you want to die? He says, old age. There you go. Fun. Hey, somebody said hi. Hold on. Let's go say hi. It's Joe. Good morning, my friend. Emily is making a birthday cake for the neighbor. For the neighbor? How lovely. Well, my neighbors never make me a birthday cake. I can't wait to see you again either. I hope you're doing well, and thanks for dropping in to say hello. Say hi to Emily for me, and drop in whatever you like. If you have any requests, let me know. I'll spin the wheel. So nice to say no. Time to refill that sweet, sweet Earl Grey. Ask me anything. Let's check how many people are in the room right now. Ooh, 3 viewers. Not bad. All right. Well, let's do Ask Me Anything then. See what happens. Ask Me Anything is very, very simple. You just ask me anything. Type your questions in the chat right over there, and I will answer them right over here. You got 60 seconds on the clock. I'm going to sip my tea while you ask me anything. Anything you'd like to know about me, about life, show business, streaming, tea. Perhaps you have questions about Aaron Sorkin or David Mamet. They're the only 2 people I know. I see that Emily wants a riddle. That's very cool. I will hook Emily up with a riddle right after we finish. Ask me anything. Got a good one for her. Oh, that's going to be great. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let the 20 seconds... Let's see if I can find my riddles. There we go. 15 seconds left. Ask any question you would like. I like riddles. All right, here we go. I got a riddle. Okay, let's get rid of the clock and start with the questions. Emily wants a riddle, and she shall have it. And Joe asked the questions, do I have any plans to return to cruise ships? I am planning on going back to cruise ships maybe 2 years from now. When my son he's turning 13 next week, maybe 3 years. When he turns 16, I'll probably go back to cruise ships. Probably. I don't know if they'll have me. They still send me dates. They still try to get me to do the shows, but I just haven't been into it for a long time. But yeah, I think I'll probably return after the kids get a little bit older and see if I still fit in there. Thanks for asking. And that was Ask Me Anything. Let's spin the wheel. I'm really enjoying my retirement. Thanks for watching, Joe. What am I doing? No wheel. Riddle. Riddle. We had a riddle coming. Hold on. Forget that. Monologue after the riddle. Let's go to the riddle room. A man calls his dog from the opposite side of the river. The dog comes to him, but does not get wet. The dog has no boat. The dog has no bridge. How is this possible? A man calls his dog from across the river. The dog comes, but he does not get wet. He does not have a bridge and he does not have a boat. How is this possible? Oh, the suspense. Type it in. If Joe knows, if Emily knows, Emily, tell Joe. Joe will type it in. All right. Oh, that's really nice of you to say. The answer, the river is frozen. The river is frozen. All right, let's spin the wheel. Now, I believe monologue came up. Let's go do monologue. I love those. Let's see. Let's do Oh, Captain, My Captain from Dead Poets Society. Oh, Captain, My Captain. Who knows where that comes from? Anybody? Not a clue. It's from a poem by Walt Whitman about Mr. Abraham Lincoln. Now, in this class, you can either call me Mr. Keating, or if you are slightly more daring, oh, Captain, My Captain. Now, let me dispel a few rumors so they don't fester into facts. Yes, I too attended Helton and survived. And no, at that time, I was not the mental giant you see before you. I was the intellectual equivalent of a 98-pound weakling. I would go to the beach, and people would kick copies of Byron in my face. Gather ye rosebuds while ye may. The Latin term for that sentiment is carpe diem. Now, who knows what that means? Seize the day. Gather ye rosebuds while ye may. Why does the writer use these lines? Because we are food for worms, lads. Because, believe it or not, each and every one of us in this room is one day going to stop breathing, get cold, and die. Now, I would like you to step forward over here and peruse some of the faces from the past. You've walked past them many times. I don't think you've really looked at them. They're not that different from you, are they? Same haircuts, full of hormones just like you, invincible just like you feel. The world is their oyster. They believe they're destined for great things just like many of you. Their eyes are full of hope just like you. Did they wait until it was too late to make from their lives even one iota of what they were capable? Because you see, gentlemen, these boys are now fertilizing daffodils. But if you listen real close, you can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Go on, lean in, lean in. Do you hear it? Carpe. You hear it? You hear that? Carpe. Carpe diem. Seize the day, boys. Make your lives extraordinary. Lovely. The river is dry. Good guess. No, it's frozen. It was frozen. Frozen river. Otherwise, it'd be a river bed. Good guess, though. Very good guess. Let's spin the wheel. I lost the wheel. I got a microphone now. Hey, look at this. Huh? I got like a little microphone on a stick, like a big shot. Huh? I like to keep it down here, though, so people don't know. But I think it sounds way better. I just keep a track of my progress. All right, let's spin the wheel. The river was frozen. Good guess, though. Earl Grey tea. poem. Let's go to the Poetry Pagoda. Why don't we read "O Captain, My Captain" since we brought it up? Let's see. "O Captain, My Captain" by Walt Whitman. "O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rock. The prize we sought is won. O Captain, My Captain by Walt Whitman. O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack. The prize we sought is won. The port is near. The bells I hear. The people all exulting, while follow eyes the steady keel, the vessel grim and daring. But oh heart, heart, oh the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. O Captain, my Captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for the flag is flung. For you the bugle trills. For you bouquets and ribboned wreaths. For you the shores are crowding. For you they call the swaying mass, their eager faces turning. Here, Captain, dear father, this arm beneath your head. It is some dream that on the deck you've fallen cold and dead. My Captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm. He has no pulse, nor will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trip the victor ship comes in with object won. Exult, O shores, and ring, O bells, but I with mournful tread walk the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. Walt Whitman, everybody. Let's spin the wheel. Shakespeare. Let's head on down to the Shakespeare stage. I'm going to do now is "The Winter of Our Discontent" from Richard III. He's a bad guy. And he stands like this because he's got a hump, not just because he's got bad posture. So let's find it. Let's see. To be or not to be, she should have died hereafter. If we shadows have offended, blow, wind, and crack. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, it's embarrassing, man. I can't find it. Come on, Richard III. Huh. I've done it several times. I know it almost by heart. That is very... here we go. Now... Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by this son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern alarms changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war has smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasing of a lute. But I, that am not made for short portive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking-glass, I, that am rudely stamped and want love's majesty to strut and before a wanton ambling nymph, I, that am curtailed of feature, cheated of fair proportion by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world scarce half made up, and that so lamely and unfashionable that dogs bark at me as I halt by them. Why, I, in this weak, piping time of peace, have no delight to pass away the time, unless to spy my shadow in the sun, and descant on mine own deformity. And therefore, since I cannot prove a lover, to entertain these fair, well-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain, and hate the idle pleasures of these days. It's from Richard III. It's my favorite one. Richard II wasn't as funny. All right, let's spin the wheel. or did it ask me anything? Joke! Let's head on down to the theater and tell a joke. Grasshopper walks into a bar, says, "Give me a drink." Bartender says, "Wow, we have a drink named after you." Grasshopper says, "You have a grasshopper?" You have a drink called Steve. I blew that one, didn't I, folks? Huh? Yeah, let's try again. Man, I have a hard time thinking of jokes sometimes. Here's the one I heard Dave Letterman tell. Man goes into a bar, says, "Give me 15 shots of Jack Daniels. Line them up right here." Bartender says, "All right, you're the boss." Pours the drinks. Guy starts drinking. He goes, bam, 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 bam. Bartender's terrified. Bam, 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 bam. Guy keeps drinking. Bartender says, "Listen, man, you can't drink like that. You're going to kill yourself." Man finishes the last shot. He says, "If you had what I had, you'd drink like that too." Bartender says, "What do you have?" Guy says, "$1. $1. Yeah, he's got $1. Let's spin the wheel. Monologue. Let's go. See if I can't find it. All right, here we go. Got a list of monologues over here. What will your verse be? How about our history will be what we make of it? This is by Edward R. Murrow. This might just do nobody any good. At the end of this discourse, a few people may accuse this reporter of fouling his own comfortable nest, and your organization may be accused of having given hospitality to heretical and even dangerous ideas. But the elaborate structure of networks, advertising agencies, and sponsors will not be shaken or altered. It is my duty to try to talk to you journeymen with some candor about what is happening to radio and television, and if what I say is responsible, then I am alone responsible for the saying of it. Our history will be what we make it. And if there are any historians about 50 or 100 years from now, and there should be preserved the kinescopes of 1 week of all 3 networks, they will find, recorded in black and white and in color, evidence of decadence, escapism, and insulation from the realities of the world in which we live. We are currently wealthy, fat, comfortable, and complacent. We have a built-in allergy to unpleasant or disturbing information. Our mass media reflects this. But unless we get up off our fat surpluses and recognize that television, in the main, is being used to distract, delude, amuse, and insulate us, then television, and those who finance it, those who look at it, and those who work at it, may see a totally different picture. Too late. I began by saying that our history will be what we make it. If we go on as we are, then history will take its revenge, and retribution will not limp in catching up with us. Just once in a while, let us exalt the importance of ideas and information. Let us dream to the extent of saying that on a given Sunday night, a time normally occupied by Ed Sullivan is given over to a clinical survey on the state of the American education. And a week or two later, a time normally used by Steve Allen is devoted to a thoroughgoing study of American policy in the Middle East. Would the corporate image of their respective sponsors be damaged? Would the shareholders rise up in their wrath and complain? Would anything happen other than a few million people would have received a little illumination on subjects that may well determine the future of this country, and therefore the future of the corporations? To say those people wouldn't look, they wouldn't be interested. They're too complacent, indifferent, and insulated. I can only reply, there is, in one reporter's opinion, considerable evidence against that contention. But even if they're right, what have they got to lose? Because if they are right, and this instrument is good for nothing but to entertain, amuse, and insulate, then the tube is flickering now, and we will soon see that the whole struggle is lost. This instrument can teach, it can illuminate, and yes, it can even inspire. But it can do so only to the extent that humans are determined to use it towards those ends. Otherwise, it is merely wires and lights in a box. Good night, and good luck. Once again, that was by, it's from the movie Good Night and Good Luck. It's where I saw it, but the original script, the original speech was written by Edward R. Murrow, one of the great journalists of the 20th century. You guys remember journalism? You remember from the TV from earlier on? You remember? I miss journalism. All right, let's spin the wheel. All right, let's do a song. Can't think of any more jokes. Bad jokes, Lord, I love them. Bad jokes, can't get enough of them. Ooh, 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 wee, bad jokes for me. A farmer had a champion. Ah, let's do it. Why not? I got it. Theater. A farmer had a championship bull, bred it 200 times a year. The farmer's wife said, 200 times, isn't that wonderful, dear? His wife says, don't you watch him? Maybe he'll show you how. Farmer says, he's a heck of a bull, but it wasn't all with the same cow. It's about marriage and bulls. Let's spin the wheel. Wasn't all with the same cow. Come on now. Riddle. All right, this one's for Emily. Let's go on down and go to the riddle room. If you drop me, I'm sure to crack, but give me a smile and I'll always smile back. What am I? If you drop me, I'm sure to crack, but if you smile, I'll always smile back. What am I? It's a mirror. The answer is a mirror. A mirror will crack if you drop it, but, you know, it'll smile back at you. It's a mirror. Spin the wheel. My hair looks pretty good today. Check that out, folks. Screen grab. Oh, looks like it's a song. All right, let's head on down to the campfire and do a song. Lost the campfire. Didn't make any sense. There it is. Let's do something fun. Let's see. How about "The Lovely" by Cole Porter. The night is young, the skies are clear, and if you want to go walking, dear, it's delightful, it's delicious, it's the lovely. I understand the reason why you're sentimental, 'cause so am I. It's delightful, it's delicious, it's the lovely. You can tell at a glance what a swell night this is for romance. You can hear Mother Nature murmuring low. Let yourself go, so please be sweet, my chickadee. And when I kiss you, just say to me, it's delicious, it's delectable, it's delirious, it's dilemma, it's the limit, it's deluxe, it's the lovely. My voice wasn't right on that one. That made me feel sad. So let's pick a different song, a different tune. Hold on. It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found somebody who can make me feel blue. Can make me feel blue. and even be glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do, for nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, a wonderful you. It had to be you. There you go. That's a great song. I believe that's also by Cole Porter. One more. You must remember this. A kiss is still a kiss. A sigh is still a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man and man must have his mate. Man must have his mate that no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. Yay. I love to sing. Ooh, somebody's here. A mirror. That's exactly right, December. You were exactly right. It was a mirror. Oh, man, we must be way behind. We must be way, way, way behind. December, you just typed a mirror on my screen. Let's go to the chat. Hi there, December. Thanks for getting involved. Thanks for watching even for 10 seconds. And you were exactly right. It was a mirror. How you doing? Where are you from? Do you remember where we met? I don't think I know who you are. You might be the first person who's watched who I don't know personally. Did we meet at a show? The way that it works, December, thanks for checking it out. The way that it works is, because there's such a long drag, right? So type whenever you feel like typing. If I run out of things to say here in the chat, I spin the wheel, sing a song, do a poem, whatever it is, and then I come back and chat some more. December is a beautiful name. I'm very glad to meet you. Where are you writing in from? I'm sincerely curious. Where are you writing in from, and how do we meet? How about that? You type those things, I'll come right back to you. Let's spin the wheel. That looks like Shakespeare. Let's go to the Shakespeare stage. Let's do The Quality of Mercy is Not Strained from Merchant of Venice, Act 4, Scene 1. The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein doth the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptred sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. And earthly power doth then show likest God's, when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice, none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of my plea, where, if thou follow, the strict court of Venice must needs give sentence against the merchant there. Kind of fell apart near the end, but that was fun. Let's see. Oh, hey, December typed. Yay, let's go back to the chat, shall we? I'm Emily and Joe's daughter. Oh, my goodness gracious. Welcome, December. Emily and Joe's daughter. Oh, they must have invited you or something. How lovely of you to take a moment to stick your head in. Thank you very much, December. Very nice to see you again. You weren't a penguin, were you? I thought that was a fella. But I lose track sometimes, so forgive me if I misgendered you. Well, it's very nice to see you again, Emily, and I hope you're enjoying your time. I think it's still in North Carolina, right? Cool. Well, thanks for getting involved. All right. If you have any questions or requests, let me know. And thanks for taking the time to watch. That makes me really happy. Let's spin the wheel. Nope, that's my brother. All right, the penguin line turned around real fast. Monologue. Let's go on down to the theater. I would like to do a monologue by Dave Foley from The Kids in the Hall. It's a fantastic Canadian show. And let's see if I can find it. Mass Murderer by Dave Foley. That's a good one. You know, the difficult thing about the murdering part, the difficult thing about being a mass murderer isn't the murdering part. It's the mass part. It's the pace you have to keep up, you know, the sheer volume of murdering. Because the funny thing about killing, after you've killed the first time, the second time is easy. The third time you start to get cocky and, you know, you got to be careful. You know, you got to stay humble or you make dumb mistakes. And by the seventh time, you're likely to feel you're in a bit of a rut. Want to get artistic with it, you know, start cutting off the middle toe of each victim so you'll be known as the middle toe murderer. I don't know. By that point, I just think that's showboating, you know? You got to ask yourself, who am I doing this for? Am I doing it for myself or for the press? And around about the 20th murder, well, you're likely to get sick of the whole thing, you know? Sometimes I don't even want to look at another corpse. I feel if I even see a chainsaw, I'll scream. It's like what happened the other day. I had just finished ending a human life in a senseless act of violence. And when I run into this old friend of mine from high school, and he says, "Hey, what you been doing?" And I think to myself, what have I been doing? What am I doing with my life? Where is this leading? Am I going to be doing this at 50? Sometimes I really think I should go back to college. That's by Dave Foley, everybody. He's really good. Our penguin was your brother. Nice to see you again, December. Okay, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. Beautiful night. December. Monologue. I just did a monologue. Kind of like doing two things back to back. That's why we have the wheel. Song! Yay, I love to sing. Let's go on down to the campfire. Excuse me. Mercy. Let's sing. Oh, goodness gracious. I would like to sing Cry Me a River. Yeah, it's a good one. Now you say you're lonely. You cried the whole night through. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. Now you say you hold me for being so untrue. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. You drove me, nearly drove me out of my head, while you never shed a tear. I remember all that you said. Told me love was too plebeian, told me you were through with me, and now you say you love me. Well, just to prove that you do, come on and cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. You drove me, nearly drove me out of my head, while you never shed a tear. I remember all that you said. Told me love was too plebeian, told me you were through with me, and now you say you love me. Well, just to prove that you do, come on and cry me a river, cry, cry, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. There we go. Cry me a river. Let's spin the wheel. Ooh, another song. I usually don't like to do them back to back, but what the heck? Since it's me, I'll do a song. I like songs. Let's go to the theater. Do something more theatrical. Let's do theme from New York, New York. I'm going to New York this week. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that never sleeps and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep, not right at all, and find I'm king of the one, top of the list, king of the hill, a number one. These little town blues, they've melted away. I'm gonna make a start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. I'm going to New York. I'm so excited. I'm going. It's for my brother. It's my son's 13th birthday. So we're going to go to New York. This is my wife's idea because she's amazing, and I don't have good ideas like that. So we're going to go to New York City, and we're going to see all the sights, and I'm very excited. We're going to see Hamilton. We're going to see the Lion King. We're going to see the Macy's Day Parade. We're going to see the library. I'm psyched. I'm very psyched. We're going to have pizza that you fold. It's amazing. I love New York. All right, let's spin the wheel. Riddles! All right. Another riddle then. Why not? See how fast you guys can do it. Oh, a lot of riddles today. Yeah, da, da. What breaks yet never falls? And what falls yet never breaks? Oh. What breaks but never falls? And what falls but never breaks? Take a second. Think about it. What breaks but never falls? What falls but never breaks? Day. Hey, Kim's here. Hi, Kim. Day and night. Day and night. Day, it breaks but never falls. And night falls but never breaks. So it's day and night. Let's spin the wheel. No, wait, let's go to the theater. Kim's here. Hi, Kimmy. For the folks at home, it is time to check in on the adventures of Kim Harrison. Where are you writing in from? Are you still on the Paradise out of Tampa, Florida? One of my most visited cities. Trying to find something nice to say. There you go. Been to Tampa more than most other cities if you count, the hours. How you doing, Kim? You all right? I miss you. You remember the Flanagans? You remember? It's Joe and Emily. She's making a cake. And, of course, December, their daughter, they're all watching the little show together. At least they were for a minute, and that felt pretty good. I like it when families come together to watch this foolishness. It's nice. How you doing, Kim? You all right? Where are you in from? I got to get... Oh, okay, I'm going to spin the wheel. I'm going to spin it. It's weird. It's weird. I got to spin the wheel. But right where you're from, I'll be right back. Clever. Oh, the riddle, I'm sure, yes. I didn't write the riddle, of course. I didn't write any of this stuff. Limericks. Oh, those are fun. All right, let's go to the Poetry Pagoda. If you have a limerick you would like me to read, type it in the chat. You probably know a couple dirty ones. If I know my sister, she knows dirty limericks. All right. This is the 4th limerick of this episode. Very impressive. A canner, exceedingly canny, one morning remarked to his granny, a canner can anything that he can, but a canner can't can a can he? I gotta take a nap. Here's a good one. A mouse in her room woke Miss Dowd. She was frightened, it must be allowed. Soon a happy thought hit her. To scare off the critter, she sat up the bed and meowed. It's fun. Here's a good one. One more. There once was a man from the sticks who loved to compose limericks, but he failed at his sport. They were always too short. Oh, here's a good one. No woodsman would cut a wood, would he, if woods would be woodless, nor should he. Yet no woodcutter would cut a woody wood. If no woodsman cut woody woods, would he? That's gibberish, and I am angry at the writer of that limerick. One more. There once was a gal from Decatur who went to sing in a theater, but the poor little thing, when she started to sing, got hit by a rotten tomato. There you go. That's a fun Southern American. She's great. Ooh, the pride. Let's go back. Yay, we got an update on what Kim's doing. Let's go. Kim tells me that she's going to the Pride tomorrow for a couple of days. Now, the Pride, when I was on it, used to be out of Baltimore. That's where I met some of my favorite people. I love the Pride, except for the watertight door between me and my crew bar. Other than that, it's great. Hope you have a great time on the Pride. You have any new adventures, any stories to tell? Not so limericky as you would think. Then back to the paradise. All right. Not so limericky as you could think. Let's see. Then back to the paradise. I'm trying to think of a limerick right now. Let's see. There once was a lady named Kim who's, now see, I want to rhyme dim. That's nice. That's not nice. I called you dim when I was a kid and I couldn't say Kim. But there once was a lady named Kim whose eyes were exceedingly dim. That's not fair. There once was a lady named Kim. I got the first line nailed. Let's spin the wheel. Wish I could think of stuff. Thanks for coming, Kim. I miss you. I'm thinking of doing like a format. I think it might be fun to have like a Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego thing, except with Kim. Oh, the Pride's out of Tampa too. That's convenient. You know everybody by name there when you check in. That's pretty cool. Monologue. All right, let's go back to the theater. Man, there's a lot of monologues. Let's do... No, did that one. Let's do Lucky's speech. That'll be fun. This is Lucky's speech from Waiting for Godot. It's a complicated word salad type thing, but it's fun for me. And if anybody stays till the end, you win a prize. Given the existence as uttered forth in the public works of Puncher and Wapman of a personal god, qua, 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 with white beard, qua, 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 outside time, with that extension who, from the heights of divine apathia, divine athembia, divine aphasia, loves us dearly with some exceptions, for reasons unknown, but time will tell, and suffers like the divine Miranda, with those who, for reasons unknown, but time will tell, are plunged in torment, plunged in fire, plunged in fire's flames. If that continues, and who can doubt it will, fire the firmament, that is to say, blast hell to heaven, so blue, still, and calm, so calm with a calm, which even though intermittent is better than nothing, but not so fast. And considering what is more, that is a labor, as a result of the labors left unfinished, crowned by the acadium of anthropometry of Essie and Posse of Testu and Cunard. It is established beyond all doubt, all of the doubt than that which clings to the labors of men, that as a result of the labors unfinished of Testu and Cunard, it is established as hereinafter, but not so fast for reasons unknown, as a result of the public works of Puncher and Walkman, view the labors, fought off in Belcher, left unfinished for reasons unknown, of Testu and Cunard, left unfinished, it is established what many may deny, that man in Posse of Testu and Cunard, that man in Essie, that man in short, that man in brief, in spite of the strides of alimentation and defecation, is seen to waste and pine, and concurrently, simultaneously, what is more for reasons unknown, in spite of the strides of physical culture, the practice of sports, such as tennis, football, running, cycling, swimming, flying, floating, riding, gliding, conating, camogle, skating, tennis of all kinds, dying, flying, sports of all sorts, autumn, winter, summer, winter tennis of all kinds, hockey of all sorts, penicillin, and succedanea, in a word, I resume, and concurrently and simultaneously, for reasons unknown, to shrink and dwindle, in spite of the tennis, I resume, flying, gliding, golf of a 9 and 18 holes, tennis of all kinds, in a word, for reasons unknown, in Peckham, Fulham, Clapham, namely, concurrently, simultaneously, what is more, for reasons unknown, but time will tell, to shrink and dwindle, I resume, Fulham, Clapham, in a word, the dead loss per caput since the death of Bishop Berkeley, being to the tune of 1 inch, 4 ounce per caput, approximately by and large, more or less to the nearest decimal, good measure, round figures, stark naked, in the stockinged feet and Connemara, in a word, for reasons unknown, no matter, the facts are there, and considering what is much more grave than in the light of the labors lost of Steinweg and Peterman, it appears what is much more grave than in the light of labors lost of Steinweg and Peterman, that in the plains, in the mountains, by the seas, by the rivers, running water, running fire, the air is the same, and then the earth, namely the air, and then the earth, and the great cold, the great dark, the air and the earth, abode of stone, in the great cold, alas, in the year of our Lord 600 and something, the air, the earth, the sea, the earth, abode of stones, in the great deeps, the great cold, and sea on land and in the air. I resume, for reasons unknown, in spite of the tennis, the facts are there, but time will tell, I resume, alas, on, and short and fine, on, abode of stones, who can doubt it, I resume, but not so fast, I resume, the skull, to shrink and waste, and concurrently, simultaneously, what is more, for reasons unknown, in spite of the tennis, on, the beard, the flames, the tears, the stones, so blue, so calm, alas, on, the skull in Connemara, in spite of the tennis, the labors abandoned, left unfinished, graver still, abode of stones, in a word. I resume, alas, abandoned, unfinished, the skull in Connemara, in spite of the tennis, the skull, alas, the stones, Cunard, tennis, the stones, so calm, Cunard, unfinished. That's lucky speech. People memorize that. Oh, I see there's something in the chat. Who deep abhorred the gym? Very nice. I once knew a lady named Kim who really abhorred the crew gym. She'd go for the guys, but end up eating pies, along with a comic named Tim. It's not great, but it does fit the thing. Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. There once was a lady named Kim. There we go. There once was a lady named Kim who deep abhorred the crew gym. She loved a buffet, would eat there all day, and wished for a chance to be slim. That's excellent. That is excellent. All right, folks, you know what the music means. It's time to go. We had a lot of fun today. Thanks for checking in, Kim. Just existing. Well, that's cool. I hope things are going well. I'm doing okay, going on a trip. If people were watching, I'd be more, quiet about going on a trip. But since it's just you, you're not going to rob me. So, going on a trip. It'll be fun. But I had a lot of fun today. Thanks for watching the show, everybody who tuned in. And I hope to see you next Sunday. I'll tell you all about New York. But until next time, remember, the only way to save this country is for all of us to love one another. So love yourself, and then love somebody else. And if you can, love everybody. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just an old chunk of coal, but I'm going to be a diamond someday. I'm going to roll and roll till I'm so blue, perfect. I'm going to put a smile on everybody's face. I'm going to kneel and pray every day, lest I should become vain along the way. I'm just an old chunk of coal now, Lord, but I'm going to be a diamond someday. I'm going to learn the right words to talk. I'm going to search and find a better way to walk. I'm going to spit and polish my old rough-edged self till I get rid of every single flaw. I'm going to be the world's best friend. I'm going to go around shaking everybody's hand. I'm going to be the cotton-picking rage of the age. I'm going to be a diamond someday. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night. Morning. Goodbye.